Hello, and welcome to Round Glass. My name is Lisa Kring, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker and a longtime practitioner teacher of Vipassana Buddhism and mindfulness. So I'm very excited to share this time with you, to invite you into my own home, and together we can practice on this incredibly deep topic that is all what we're going to really focus on is healing shame. This is a very deep, innocent emotion. And before I offer a few words so that we can begin to resonate before we practice together as a way to heal this very universal emotion, I'd love to invite you to answer in the chat, just offering this prompt. Do you ever feel that you're not lovable just as you are? So just let that sink in. Take a moment, just drop back. And let that question kind of drop deep in and just notice what arises for you. Do you ever feel that you're not lovable just as you are? So please share in the chat. It's such a beautiful way to normalize how we all feel perhaps at times or perhaps all the time, not completely lovable. And it's beautiful to come out of hiding together and to move into healing together through this practice time. So let me just say a few words before we move into the practice, and please share in the chat. Enjoy each other's good company. It's such a beautiful thing to be practicing together, especially along the topic of shame, which is an emotion that we often feel in the presence of other people. So this is incredibly healing also to be practicing together around this topic. So just a few words. Do we ever feel unlovable? Well, deep down, when we can be really honest, of course, when we can really be honest with ourselves, we all harbor worries that we're not enough deep down, that we're not completely lovable, just as we are, warts and all, as we like to say. And this can leave us vulnerable to the crippling, often very crippling and paralyzing emotion of shame. So shame is a very complex but innocent emotion. So let's just break this down a little bit. It originates from the profoundly human need to simply be loved and valued and protected. So we can all feel shame naturally whenever we make a mistake or fail in any way, especially in the eyes of others. And you can feel in for yourself that this is true. Is shame always kind of a mirror? Are we worried about what others think? Well, the truth is we've simply done something wrong, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame tells us that we are wrong, that we are bad. You know, there is a difference between shame and guilt. Guilt is when we feel that we've done something wrong, but shame is when we feel like we are wrong. We are wrong. So can you feel the difference of that? And that's why it's so paralyzing as an emotion. Deep down, shame in this very innocent way makes us all worry that perhaps we will be rejected, or how I like to describe it is that we feel that we'll be banished from the tribe. There is a fear of being rejected or banished from the group, whether it's a family, a group of friends. You can feel into this for yourself. So the way to mindfully heal shame is actually from the inside out. This is the really true healing. To finally know that within our own hearts, there can become a deep acceptance of all that we are, warts and all, especially during moments of inevitable imperfection. So I hope those words have helped prepare the heart for this journey now that we'll all take together in healing shame. So let's take a moment just to settle into a posture that feels very comfy. Why don't you find a way to feel very comfy, perhaps surrounded by soft pillows, so that you feel very supported. It's beautiful to begin to allow the body to feel this quality of support and connection. And the heart will follow. The heart will follow when we establish this for the body. So I'll just give you a moment. I'm sitting on the floor, but I'm very, very comfortable, very, very cozy in this posture. I do not feel discomfort in this posture. So you do not need to copy me in any way. No shame in that, right? And please lay down if you like, whatever feels most supportive and comfortable for you. But make sure that there is a quality of energy and wakefulness in the body as well. If you're sitting up, you can bring a little bit of energy to the spine. Just that quality of waking up, allowing the heart to wake up. And because this is really a heart-centered practice in many ways, the healing of shame. Roll your shoulders back, really see what it's like to open the heart center. Really make space there and just see what that feels like, the potential there. So let the body lead, feeling comfy, supported, open-hearted. See what it feels like to adopt and embody a posture that is open-hearted, yet connected and stable and supported. I'd like to invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that. Please know you can keep your eyes softly open if that feels better for you. So whatever feels best. So we'll take a few minutes just to establish some mindful presence together in this body, just as it actually is. We'll lead with the body for these first few minutes. What I'd like to offer and invite you to do is to bring this quality of awareness. And if you like this quality that we're learning to cultivate and to know more and more, is this mindful quality that is like a good friend, always here, caring and tender and supportive. So see what it's like to bring the gaze inward as you would to a very dear friend, yourself just now as you are. And bring this befriending down into the body. Just feeling in this very natural way. You don't have to work at this. What's beautiful is the body's already here, fully available. And just see what it's like to take up full residency in this body, to actually feel the physical sensations in this present moment, just as you are. And we're feeling an opening to the body without any agenda, letting go of preferences, releasing all judgment, letting all of that go, and seeing what it's like to infuse the body, really allowing this awareness to just be infused, to flow throughout the body. This quality of connection and awareness that is tender, like the quality that you feel when you're in the presence of a very kind friend, a very accepting and kind friend, and just begin to let that flow down into the body. Meeting the body exactly where it already is, and opening, connecting, and abiding in this body. As a way to just allow for more body-mind connection in the present moment, before we move into this very beautiful practice, take a few moments just to rest in the breath, just to strengthen that mind-body connection in real time, right now. Take a nice deep breath in, just drinking in the oxygen, letting it once again infuse the whole body. And as you breathe in, you can let the breath be that quality of friendliness to the body. Befriending the body as you breathe in, just connecting with a quality of goodwill. Really connecting to this body and that spirit. And breathing out deeply, letting the whole body contract as you release throughout the whole body. And as you do, you can allow just naturally letting the breath do all of the work for you, you can allow any tension to flow through the body and letting that go. So after a few cleansing breaths, you can just allow the breath to find its natural rhythm, which it will. The breath is always flowing. It's such a beautiful anchor for mindful awareness. It's always available like a good friend, reliable, dependable. It is like a dear friend, always here for us. And see if you can incline and feel into these waves of gentle waves of breath as they rock and soothe the body. And let the breath be like a quality of friendship that you can feel flowing through the body, really anchoring your awareness into embodied, friendly presence. It's normal throughout this meditation, and just to say a few words about this right now, it's normal that the mind will wander away from the reality of the body, this breath right now. And that's to be expected. It's quite normal. And just to lay the foundation for this, that the practice is also about really noticing when the mind begins to drift away from the anchor of the body. At this point right now, that's our anchor, this breath. And see if you can notice it and then let go of where the mind is drifting. Let any chatter or activity of the mind, let it move into the background as best as you can, not the main focus. And once again, you can bring to yourself this quality of friendship, like you would to a small pet that you were training, a sweet, innocent pet. You can bring that quality to the mind that has wandered, and you can gently incline it back into this breath, just guiding it back as you would to a young animal or a young child. And already we're starting to cultivate this quality of innocent kindness that's so important to healing shame. There can be nothing wrong ever when there are mistakes. It's more an opportunity to bring more tenderness, more friendship. And this is this inner quality that we are cultivating that can always be there with us whenever we are less than perfect. It's like an inner friend that we're learning to know, to feel, to tune into, and to find refuge in, no matter what unfolds in our life. So notice how that's like for you to just bring the mind back to each breath right now. And we are beginning, even as we just rest in the breath and the body, the breathing body, we're already beginning to attune this quality in the heart of friendship, of tenderness, of acceptance. And you can just play with this, letting it flow as natural as the breath right now that you're resting in. As you rest in the waves of breath, really allowing each wave of breath to be an opportunity for more and more tenderness, a quality of humanity, of authentic acceptance, like a really good, wise friend. And when you feel relatively stable and present through the breath, kind of mean more available and present for this practice, take a moment to touch into the very good and caring heart that brought you here. It's quite miraculous. Something deep within you brought you to this practice that really wants you to be free from shame, that wants you to know that you're okay as you are, that all mistakes or any perceived failures are opportunities for growth, for humanity, for vulnerability. And so celebrate that just for a moment in your own heart, that this good heart that you can begin to trust perhaps more and more, that that's why you're here. Some part of you resonated and really truly wants the best for you. And this is to be celebrated as we begin this practice. Take a moment to feel the alignment of that good heart, really feeling the warmth there, perhaps at the center of the chest, anywhere you feel it in the body, in the emotional body right now, and just rest in that warm, caring quality that is already here, waiting to flow in your direction more and more and more. Now, recalling as we move into this practice, fully present in the body, somewhat stable in awareness, aligned with that good heart. When you feel ready, begin to invite a situation, perhaps recent, where you did make a mistake. Perhaps it was a minor mistake, okay? That a situation that you can bring to mind right now that does elicit for you or trigger for you a little bit of that quality, that emotion of shame, so that you can begin to feel into this experience and let it be an opportunity for healing, for more inner friendship, more inner acceptance, right? So bring something to mind and just let it become vivid in your mind's eye enough so that you can place yourself there in the experience right now, feeling into those conditions. You can feel into if anyone else is present with this situation where you stumbled, you were less than perfect. And as you get in touch with it, remember it's just enough so that you can feel this emotion. Begin to notice any quality of shame that arises for you in your felt experience right now. And as you do, you can begin to just recognize, oh yes, this is a very innocent emotion. And as you feel it in the body, you can rest and it's easier to hold an emotion and to track it and to really feel it. We say, to heal it, we need to feel it. Feel it down in the emotional body and just rest in that experience a little bit. And as you recognize any quality of shame in this situation, you can acknowledge this is normal. And does it spring from a very innocent, perhaps even childlike need to be loved and to be saved and to be included, to be valued, to be respected? See if you can get in touch with the truth that's really deep there. That's at the core of all shame, is the need to be loved, especially in moments of imperfection. And as you rest in that experience in the body, keeping that situation alive in your mind's eye, refreshing that image of that situation only enough so you can track it, so you can stay in touch with this in real time as you reconnect to that. Go ahead and soften. Let's take a moment just to soften the muscles around the area of the body. When we feel shame, it's a stressful and painful experience. And what I'd like to invite you to do is, just as a way to respond like a good friend does, just soften and release any tension in the body around the area that you feel the shame, letting go of the shoulders perhaps, softening the belly, even the muscles of the face, just softening the body, and notice how it feels just to respond in this very kind way as you hold and feel this experience of shame in the body, softening and letting go around that emotion in the body that's living in the body right now in this experience. Next, offering a very responsive quality to really soothe yourself. This is an opportunity for friendship in the heart to really flow in your direction from the inside out. Take a moment, if you like, to put your hands anywhere on the body where you're feeling this physically. And you can really apply some pressure. You can literally hold the shame in the body as you would a young child, and really comfort it through touch. Comfort that part of the body and see what it's like just to hold it, not to fix it, not to make it go away, but in a kind of loving acceptance, like what a good friend does, because you care. So just soothing through physical touch. Because shame is an innocent and very social emotion, the physical touch is important because it's relational, even though it's our own touch. The heart needs that kind of physical reassurance when we feel shame. And see what that feels like for you, to really offer yourself the physical warmth of your own support and hold yourself there. Hold that part of the body as you would a dear friend or a young child. And then next, when you feel ready, you can continue to soothe this part of the body. Hold yourself, literally holding yourself through this experience. The next step for healing shame is really just to allow it to be there without feeling as if there's anything wrong with you to feel this. See if you can just make space and let it be there. And then next, with the process of shame, usually at the root of shame is an unmet need. Perhaps we've lived our whole life looking outside of ourselves for a particular need to be loved in some particular way. And as you keep resonating with this situation that does trigger for you a little bit of shame, see if you can get in touch with what that unmet need underneath the shame. What's really at the core here? Is there a fear that you're not enough as you are? Is it truly just this feeling of not being okay as you are, not being lovable as you are? Is that more the deep need, just for love, pure and simple? Perhaps underneath the shame is the need, perhaps, to be valued, to be respected, to be accepted as you are. Tune in for yourself for a moment, for if you do, it will become clear, becoming a little more nuanced about what this deeper need might be in this situation. And as it becomes clear, still holding the body, reassuring through physical touch, you can, through words or just a felt sense, you can literally offer yourself what you need right now. Let the words and let the sound of your own inner voice be warm, be authentic to you. The real deal here. Words perhaps you've just been waiting to hear in this situation where you've stumbled in some way. It's okay. Nobody is perfect. And I am right here with you. I am not going anywhere. I've got your back. I'm imperfect too. We're all imperfect. You are enough. You're enough as you are. I'm here to love you just as you are. I'm here to stay with you, to rest with you. So see what it's like, even in this hypothetical situation, to heal shame by softening the body, soothing the body where you feel it, allowing it, and then seeing if you can tap into and identify that unmet need. We tend to look outside of ourselves for these things, and we often come up short, or we feel so vulnerable. This is the time to tap back into resourcing within ourselves, letting our own hearts address whatever need there might be. And this is the healing. So for this last minute or so of this practice, inviting you to just let go of that situation, let it fade, let it dissolve in your mind's eye. And once again, ground your awareness in the body as it is right now. Feel into the warmth of the body. Perhaps having done that practice, noticing anything that you feel physically. Perhaps there's more balance in the body, a sense of warmth, perhaps a palpable sense of feeling a bit more safe or secure within yourself. So taking a moment just to establish that connection with yourself just as you are right now, breathing. And as you rest, just as you are, staying connected to the body, the breath, the earth perhaps, you can reflect for yourself, what was this like for you? Was there any insight that you gained? Was it quite interesting and paradoxical to actually open and turn toward an experience of shame? Typically we contract and we shut down in shame. So what was it like to literally open the heart to that experience like a good friend, to turn towards it in this friendly and caring way, to feel it in the body? And could you really access what the deeper need is underneath the shame? The need to be enough, to be valued, to be loved, to be included, to be respected, to be accepted as you are. So feel into that, and this is the opportunity for you now to begin to feel into what you need and to address it from within. So I'll just ring the prayer bowl to end this practice. And you can open your eyes and you can stretch. And as you do, take in everyone else who's on this platform together, live streaming right now in the present moment. And notice that you're not alone with this very innocent emotion. Shame is something that actually, paradoxically, connects us all in this very innocent and beautiful way. We're all in need of love. And the more we can resource from within, the safer we are with each other, and the more we can come home in this way. So I want to thank you so much, and thank yourself for joining me right now. And remember that you can meditate with Round Glass Live every single day. This is such great news. Join us tomorrow or any time. Check out round.glass and, of course, on our app. And I'll be back next Wednesday for the next live session. Thank you and be well.